Hi, this is Doug Ward from Tech Britain. I'm here today with Charles Grimsdale, General Partner of Eden Ventures in Bath. Thank you for your time, Charles.
Pleasure.
Nice to meet
Thank you. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Just for our viewers, Charles, can we speak about your background to start with?
Yeah, sure. So I started my career, graduated from University of Bristol many years ago. I started as a software engineer. Actually, my first job was here in Bath at a company called IPL. Then in '89 I founded my first business, age 29, which was a company called Division, which went on to float on the London Stock Exchange. I think it was 93, or circa 93, and we developed software for the computer-aided design industry, so now called virtual prototyping. So our main customers were large manufacturers, people like Airbus, General Motors, Boeing. I sold that business in '99 to a large CAD vendor called Parametric Technology, and started angel investing. And I then started my second business in 2000, which is a company called OD2, also based in Bristol. Which was one of the pioneers in the kind of digital distribution of music. So we built a platform for secure downloading and streaming of music. Launched in 20 countries, and then was fortunate enough to manage to sell that business the day before iTunes launched in the UK. Merged actually with a US company. And the business was subsequently acquired by Nokia, and it actually now forms the core of Nokia's digital music platform in Bristol. And then I founded Eden in roughly 2003. So I've been a venture capitalist since, we started investing our first fund in 2005, so the last 7 years.
And speaking about Eden Ventures, Charles, what companies do you typically invest in?
So we only invest in software businesses, very early stage, so most of the first investments we make at least are seed investments or A rounds. So we're typically the first sort of institutional investor. Quite often we're doing seed investments alongside other angel investors. Most of the businesses we've invested in have been less than 3 years old when we've invested, often less than 12 months old. The sectors, we tend to focus on telecoms infrastructure, so software that sits at the core of networks. What we call more generally sort of software as a service for enterprise customers, so software that's being, whether it be business management software, collaboration software, telephony software. We have a number of consumer internet investments. Those are really the three kind of key segments. And in the consumer space, a number of e-retail businesses.
Speaking about the local community, we've been out in Bath and around the southwest region. It's really nice to see Eden Ventures getting behind some of the local meetups, which is really refreshing to see. I think that's really important for the ecosystem. What's your thoughts on Bath's tech community and also London's?
Well, I guess I look at Bath and Bristol as one unit, I have to say. I mean, they're very close together. They've got two great universities. They turn out some really exceptional engineers. What we tend to find is that engineers that that are living in the southwest tend to stay here. It's a nice place to live. So the real positives are there are great engineers and the staff attrition or churn is quite low. My personal experience from founding and running two software businesses in the southwest is that the employees are very loyal, very committed, they work really hard. So I think it's got a very strong engineering base. I mean, you have to remember, it's got a strong kind of technical heritage. starting back with companies like Inmos, which spun out a lot of businesses, including my first business. But then HP Labs, Orange, subsequently Motorola in Swindon. So there's been a very strong concentration of telco expertise in the southwest, and also of silicon and full custom silicon development. It's a very high concentration of engineers here in the southwest. So it's a great place to start a business, both in terms of there's a really strong captive pool of engineers. And they tend to be very loyal. I mean, I think compared with London, easier to find marketeers in London, easier to find salespeople, and there's also obviously a big pool of engineers, and it's growing, particularly with the kind of whole scene growing around Shoreditch. So I think it's also a good place to start a business, and clearly slightly more international. It's got better transport, so for businesses that are going global on day one, it's a great place to be. So they bring different things, I think. I mean, interesting enough, we have a number of companies in our portfolio that have an engineering base in the southwest, and sales and marketing in London and or San Francisco, Boston, whatever.
So there's a role to play really in each area.
Yeah, absolutely.
In terms of your thoughts on the government's role to play in the tech community, what's your thoughts on where they best should be focusing their time and energy?
Well, I think focusing on making it attractive for entrepreneurs to found businesses, and for angel investors to invest in those businesses. So, I think the enterprise investment scheme, which obviously is a tax efficient way for entrepreneurs and angels to invest in businesses, is a great initiative. And some recent changes to that initiative have been, I think, very positive in terms of increasing the amount of capital, for example, that businesses can raise under the EIS scheme. I think they need to do more of that, frankly. They need to encourage more people to invest in startups, because that is the engine room of, they're going to be the engine room of the economy. That is the fastest way for us to grow the economy. And I suspect that actually a lot of people, are just not that aware of the EIS and the advantages it brings and the opportunities that it creates for, for employment. So I think that's the main thing they can do. I mean, I think they could do more to just promote and encourage startup activity, young people to start businesses, and maybe get behind more of the startup programs that exist to make sure that they're kind of well promoted. So those are a couple of thoughts.
Cool. In terms of from a UK perspective, Charles, with everything that's going on in the world at the moment, your Brazils, Russias, Indias, Chinas, they've gone at quite a pace at the moment. Do you think the UK can compete 10 years, 20 years from now with all that's going on internationally in the tech space?
Yeah, absolutely, because I think the UK has got fantastic kind of engineering heritage. We've got some really smart engineers, software engineers, also mechanical engineers. So great ideas we've had to originate here. What we've got to get better at is building businesses that rapidly sell into those growing economies. So, going after the Brazilian market, South American market, Russia, China, So providing, creating products that are attractive in those markets and rapidly finding channels into those markets is something that we encourage our startups to do, and I think they're doing a better and better job of that, frankly, of rapidly finding opportunities in those markets.
Fantastic. And plans for the future, Charles?
Oh my word, to play the drums some more actually is one of my plans for the future. Hopefully make some more investments, some good investments. I mean, for me it's kind of a passion for seeing small businesses grow, and you get a lot out of seeing kind of young entrepreneurs just take the plunge, and just the passion and energy and drive that they have, is fairly infectious.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I do this.
And again, I just want to repeat the fact that you get involved with the meetups and sponsor a lot of events. Everybody we spoke to speaks very highly of Eden, so on behalf of them and ourselves, thank you for.
Yeah, no, well, thank you. It's nice to be recognised for that. We do our best. We try and encourage those events, and I think they're providing an invaluable kind of service to the community. So
absolutely
great to support them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks again. Cheers.